I am the magnifique Clifford de Horry, biographer, painter, circus artist, and a magician in my free time. Ah, then why didn't you bloody say so before? Nice to work with you. I should say, I don't do marriage certificates. Not since the incident. Don't ask. Let me see. Yep. Yeah. Oh yeah, I can forge you those signatures. All I need is some handwriting references. Letters work best. Don't care how you get them. The least I know, the better. First one will be about 100 tickets. The next ones will cost you more. The more I write, the more you pay. So, bring me those references and I'll get to work. All right, Poppet? And whomst do I have the honor of impersonating? Well, I said don't. And I'll be, well, right here.
I wonder if anyone would notice if I take a quick nap during this debate.
You don't get to look like me without losing a few pounds, a few organs, a few nerves.
What's up? What's the petition for? You saved my life. Of course I'll sign it. Eat. Davies. Nice one. Anything else I can do for you?
I think all of this...
More bodies getting shot done never hurt anything. Hello again. You reconsidered my offer. Glad your gun's on our side. That's what I like to hear. But now let's not get ahead of ourselves. I still have a task for you before you join proper. We're on a war footing, and every new recruit has to prove their value for the effort. You want to join the Vagabonds, you gotta show your loyalty and your worth. The job is straightforward. Put down a dog and bring me its collar. Not just any dog, though. I want the blood of a Syndicate Enforcer captain, and I want its lapel pin in my hand as proof of the deed. Do that and you'll truly be one of us. Speak to Nelson for more info. The other lieutenants can kit you out with some gear.
If you hang around, wouldn't what you after? Sure, I guess you need the right weapon for the job. You fancy a shooter or a slicer? How's this then?
Yeah. Careful now. You wouldn't want to make a mess.
What you after? Lead. Yeah, lead. Heavy stuff. Need it for making more ammo? Go get me some. Good sport. What you after? Are you always this quiet, or is it just around strangers?
How you doing, mate? Huh. Well, if you're out and about, then can you get me some decent booze? I've not been able to venture out lately, and I'm getting sick of all what's down the bar. Any new brew has set me right as rain. How you doing, mate? Hey, no trouble. I had fresh deliveries of chems and medicines today. Which would you rather have your mitts on? Here you go, mate.
Hello, young plum. You ain't heard? The Syndicate done in his mum and dad. Happened about 10 years ago at what we call the Red Treaty. Was supposed to be a peace treaty. Gabriel Gaunt joining with Thomas Black to form a united front after driving out the Normans. But Black took the opportunity to take out the whole senior leadership of the Vagabonds, and out of the wreck he grabbed most of East London. I was right there, standing next to Gabriel when they shanked him. Last thing I saw was him slumping to the ground whilst they grabbed his Mary. Last thing I saw. Then, instead of killing me, they plucked my eyes out, said I would be the only witness, and that's all I could live for. A cruel one, that Black. Cruel and clever. He wanted me to live as a show of what happens when something gets in his way. Aye, and what a useful prop I've been since. He were only young, but he took over the gang as soon as news broke of what happened. It were hard at first, but we stuck by him and he's kept the gang going. I'm right proud of the lad, I'll tell you that. Gladly. Help? I can't help with that. Can't even see enough to help you. Ha ha! You gotta do this on your own. No hand-holding. But I'll give you a bit of background so you know what you're in for. The Syndicate has an enforcement division known by locals as the Sniffers. Their whole job is to keep the peace, as they call it, meaning meting out a bit of the old ultra-violence against anything they consider subversive. Pretty cruel bunch by all accounts. They tend to wander around in small groups round Millwall, looking for trouble. You'll find a few round Tower Hamlets and the Dome too. Each group has a captain, and they're usually smart and tough. You want to get that pin off their collar, you gotta be smarter and tougher. And they ain't the complacent type, so don't expect no shortcuts here. Like I said, no hand-holding on this one. You're on your own, I'm afraid. Do please try not to die.
All right, Labrat. What can I do for you? Since you ask, I could do with someone fetching something personal down Millwall way. I used to go to St Edmund's Church there, and the old songs have been on my mind lately. Fancy popping along and nabbing a hymn book from there? Champion.
How you doing, mate?
All right, Labrat. What can I do for you? Go on once more fill of blood, eh? Time to kill us some more doggies. Ah, well. If that's your job, then I can help you live through it, I hope. If you're planning a straight fight, then I can give you some armour. But if you want to be all tactical-like, then you can't go wrong with some well-timed grenades. You ever stop to wonder where it ends? They kill us, we kill them. Ah, never mind. Probably just a shrapnel talking. Now, what gear were you after? Good choice, good choice. Here you are, matey. My mother wanted me to be a farmer. But I get my hands dirty in other ways. All right, Labrat. What can I do for you? Righto.
Didn't your mum teach you better?
Get around it. It's time. Barefoot socks. I'm dying.
Oh, yeah.
tremble at the sight of the dead. What is that dreadful stench? And how can we put an end to it?
You're mine now.
Shit. Lost him. And just when things were falling you.
Losing people.
How goes the hunt? Well, well, I wasn't sure you had it in you, me old China. Very well done indeed. And good riddance to the dirty dog you scrubbed to get this. Here, keep this pin. Your first trophy is something to hold on to with pride. And take these threads. You're one of us now, so you ought to dress the part too. Welcome to the Vagabonds. Now, I told you I had some big plans coming up. Come see me and the boys in the lounge and I'll tell you what comes next. It's time for those dogs to find out what happens when we bite back.
My mother wanted me to be a farmer, but I get my hands dirty in other ways.
Well, here we all are then. Listen up, lads. I've called us together for a reason. The dogs hit us hard last time, coming right to the centre of our turf. Well, I didn't want no rash response, but now our heads have cooled, it's time we looked at how to bite back. The dogs are trying to get the nuclear reactor on their turf up and running. We've got to win this war before that can happen. That reactor could produce double the power Battersea can. The gentry would have the Tommies in their gaff in seconds. They'd be untouchable. So now's the time to strike, and strike hard. And we've got us some extra help now. The lab rat we found down bridge is moving up in the world. This wayfarer is now a vagabond.
Nice one.
Good work, mate.
Get in.
You've had a taste of Syndicate blood, wayfarer. I'm hoping you're hungry for more. We're moving to a new phase in the war, one that's going to see us much more active, and I want you as our new commando. The old man's keeping his neck out of this one. He thinks we should keep our heads low and stay out of trouble. Well, I've had enough of that. No more defensive maneuvers. No more shithouse posturing. It's time to give the Syndicate what they deserve. And if that means escalating the fight, then I say bring it the fuck on. You've shown you're good on your feet in a tight spot. And you've shown you can carry out raids in enemy territory. And you can keep yourself alive doing so. That's exactly what we need for some new, aggressive assaults on the Syndicate. You think this is some sort of joke? Wipe that fucking smirk from your face before I take it off with a lead pipe. We're talking serious fucking business here. Don't you give me no shit or I'll turn you into fucking fertilizer, you hear? That's what I've got the lads here for. Chill, bullet tooth, shrapnel. I told you all I want new plans for how we can do some proper damage to the dogs. And new blood here is going to be our point person. What you got for me?
I've got an easy aspiration, boss. I say we take down the dredge.
The Mudchute prison boat? What do you mean, take it down?
We crack it open and steal the yoke. There's a bunch of our blokes in there. Lab rat here can sneak in, let everyone out, then set a few well-placed bombs to sink the whole damn place.
I ever tell you you're a fucking lunatic, Johnny?
You've mentioned it a few times, boss. But, what exactly is it about this that seems so mad?
The dredge is guarded to the tits. You couldn't sneak a gnat's fart in there. And what's the good in blowing it up? Syndicates have been trying to call us terrorists ever since we broke out that friend of Yvette's. If we bomb a prison, they'll just use that as propaganda against us.
Not everyone's fond of prisons, Gaunt, and our lot in there have some grit in a fight. Would be nice to have them back in our numbers rather than rotting in the clink.
There's some logic in your lunacy, Shrapnel. We could do with more hands, and it would stick it to the dogs if we break our boys out of the dredge. All right, tell our chum your plan, then.
Syndicate's biggest and vilest prison. It's an old warship floating off the south end of Millwall. Its proper name is Mudchute Prison, but everyone calls it the Dredge. The gentry send the debtors and persons non grata to rot there. The dogs also have a special block for vagabonds to capture. The Dredge has a reputation for people only getting out as dog food. And there's worse what happens inside. Torture, experiments, abuse. It's fucking hell. I spent some time there myself. Managed to get away when I was transferred to a work camp. Worst experience of my miserable life. So nothing would give me more pleasure than to see that Abaddon obliterated. There's a gangplank from the shore near the front, and there's groups of guards patrolling all the time there. It's pretty tight, like the boss said. No one's ever gotten in by brute force. But a lone nutter, being all sneaky like, I reckon it could work if you're clever. You'll want to go at night, of course. Less patrols then. The door on the ship is locked, but it's not fancy if you know your way around some tumblers. Or you could try loot a key from the guard patrol, whilst not summoning all of Gehenna upon you. Should all be pretty easy in theory, right?
This is fucking madness, Johnny. Wayfarer, you feel up to this?
If things go tits up, then scram and come back when it's all settled. Don't try to just force your way in. You'll raise too much hell. Our vagabonds are kept in a block near the front.
All right, gents.
But
So
you'll
tell
have to
me,
take down the
what does the
security
Syndicate
system
have
before
in
you spring them.
abundance that
The
we
cells
don't?
themselves are unlocked from the warden's office down the back of the ship. Web toes.
Herpes.
Literally everything.
No. I mean, yeah, probably. But I'm thinking of one thing in particular. Supplies. While we're choking down squirrel stew and using rock gut whiskey to treat anything from the flu to a bullet in the head, the IODS has enough food and medicine to supply both them and the whole of Westminster. I feel it's high time we alleviate them of some of that excess and put ourselves in a position to succeed. After all, health is wealth.
So what are you suggesting we do about it? And if you say a train robbery again, I swear to God.
Well, now, just hear me out. There's a train that makes up a third of the Syndicate supply line, and...
Oh, for fuck's sake, Winston. You've been reading your bloody spy comic books again. You're not 006 or whatever. Give it a rest.
Well, it's 005 actually, and what I read in my spare time has nothing to do with this. I really don't see what your issue is anyway. They have supplies, they transport them via train, we rob the train, it's simple.
It's not bloody simple. It's never bloody simple. There are far too many variables at play in a job like that. We broke even by the skin of our bollocks on the supply run to the lab, and you want to up the ante? Not a chance. Out of the question.
That's just it though, innit? You're looking at the ones and zeros of the returns from the lab, but the real intangible score of that job run is staring us right in the bloody face.
What are you on about? What, the Wayfarer? Not a bad point. Alright, fine. Here's what we'll do. Let's send the Wayfarer to strap on a tux and play international spy. And if they don't come back, we're only back to net zero on that lab run. Happy?
Seems like the more people we send, the better chance of success we'd have, but... Yeah, sure. I'll take what I can get.
Good. You should be thanking me for even agreeing to that. The stakes of a job like this are still sky high, seeing as if the Wayfarer fucks this up, the heat comes down on our heads like a redcoat's deli belly. You hear that, Wayfarer? If you muck this up and get yourself killed, I'll find you in the afterlife and shit down your throat for the rest of eternity.
Excellent. So the train passes through Poplar Station. That's where you'll be heading first. The station is a Syndicate outpost, so you'll most likely have to put down some dogs to get to the control room. Once you're there, all you have to do is switch the train's route to Canning Town Station. Hop aboard, and Bob's your uncle, you're done. We'll be waiting in Canning Town to unload the supplies. Easy peasy.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be just that simple. What could go wrong? It's only the Syndicate's most important and highly guarded assets we're talking about. So in case it's not the sunny stroll in the park that Winston is presenting it as, take these explosives. If we can't have those supplies, nobody can. Get me? If things start going south, blow that train to Kingdom Come. Even if we come away empty-handed, at least we'll muck up the Syndicate's main supply lines.
But securing those supplies is still the main objective, so don't go blowing them up for the hell of it. Any questions? The Vat Cats of the Gentry struck a bit of a deal with the mangy mutts of the Isle a while back. In exchange for guns, slave labour, tickets, and a promise not to kick down their doors in the middle of the night, the Syndicate supplies Her Majesty and the distinguished royal court with food, medicine, and other essentials. But it's no secret that there's very little love lost between the lot. All it might take to get the Gentry to double back on their little deal is a slight rock of the old boat, if you catch my drift. Something like a dashing rogue agent with a license to kill, intercepting their supply run, for instance. I don't know for sure, but there's a scene in Radfinger where 005 boards a moving train to neutralise an A-bomb somewhere in the Swiss Alps. If that's even loosely based on reality, then I'd expect heavily armed goons everywhere. Maybe some bookish scientists in lab coats. And I wouldn't count on the possibility of a few trained martial artists either. They'll attack you on sight, so your best bet is to go in stealth and kill them one by one, preferably with a silenced pistol. Medicine, wool, other finished goods and the like. But most importantly, anything you've been craving while licking the lid of a tin of dog food, they've got it in that train. Bangers and mash, eggs and rashers, proper baked beans, fish and chips, steaks as thick as a phone book. They've got it all. You pull this job off, and we'll quite literally be eating like royalty. Good luck, mate. The lads will see you in Canning Town. Quick, take this before Gaunt sees.
Christ. This is such a mistake.
There's a bigger block in the middle you can open the same way, full of the Gentry's convicts. It would be good to set the whole place free.
And have them all shot as soon as they try to leave. Our boys can handle themselves, but the other numpties will just get slaughtered or recaptured and we'll get the blame for it.
Maybe our nutter here could help take out some of the enforcers. No one deserves to rot in that place. And if we get the other prisoners out, we're free to set the bombs and do some permanent fucking damage.
Or end up with everyone sandwiched between explosions and syndicate enforcers. It will be a clusterfuck, Johnny. Let's just focus on getting our own lot out.
I've
Them
got an
others
easy
aren't our
aspiration,
problem.
boss. I say we take down the dredge.
The Mudchute prison boat. What do you...
We crack it up. There's a bunch of...
I ever tell you
You've mentioned, but
the dredges and watch them. If we...
not everyone's fond of... And our lot in...
There's some lot, alright.
Fan-fucking-tastic. Here, 3 bombs is enough to sink the ship if you get the chance to use them. They'll need placing around the lower deck. Once they're set, you'll need a scarper. Quick. Good luck, mate. But the dredge... maybe it's too hard, but damn, I'd love to see that hellhole sink.
Guns is what we need, boss. Syndicate always have more than us. Way more. We can't win a war without enough weapons. Guns is what we need, boss. Syndicate always have more than us. Way more. We can't win a war without enough weapons.
Hello?
not to interrupt. Back into the fire.
Can everyone stop getting shot?
Got on my suit. Maybe we should take this as a chance to escape. I'll get successful interaction. End of the line. Bother. Let me get my pistol.
To mess with the dogs. You hear something? Who? They know better than to mess with the dogs. What was that? They know better than to... What was that? You think I'm some kind of mug or something? Oi, oi! Silly bollocks, come here! I'm gonna clip you one.
Yeah.
Well done, mate. We'll take it from here. Head back to Swan. Winston and Gaunt want to have a chat.
like mother. I hope I'm wrong, but I believe we're being watched. Every altercation I've had in my life, that was the most terrifying.
Lads, found them. I can see her. I can see your mum.
I just heard a noise. Very bad. My old bones can't handle too much of this. Literally, I can feel the presence.
Speaking to the... Hit record. Speak clearly. It's the only one you get. This is a message from the depths of hell. I ain't going out quietly. They took everything from me. My freedom, my dignity. They won't take my spirit. If anyone's listening, if there's any justice in this world, remember my name. Randall the Roundel. Tell the world what they did here. I doubt people really care what we do here, mate.
You think I'm some kind of mug or something?
You're pissing me right off, mate. Oi, yo.
Oi, oi!
Yeah.
They know better than to mess with the dogs. You get bit.
Yeah.
Get you for that, you prick.
Careful now. You wouldn't want to make a mess. Thanks for letting us out, Gov. What's the plan? On it. Fucking freedom, lads. Let's go.
You hear something?
What?
Come here, you shifty little shit.
You know
I can see it. I can see my mum.
Hey.
Check the breast pockets. It's where I keep my valuables. There needs to be weapons
snuck off to
Get over that, you prick!
I can see you.
Tag little scarper, lads! Scarper, lads! I say, who are you? Are you letting us go? Thank goodness. It is most repugnant in here, and I'm sure we'd all be jolly pleased to leave it behind. I managed to upset someone of power and privilege. One mustn't complain, though. It is an honor to suffer for one's moral duty. Still, I'd rather like to get out and upset them more. You're hardly going to take a little army out on your own, are you? Listen, dear. There's an armory at the back, but it's guarded by the Warden's watchdog. If you can jig it open, we'll have enough weapons to mind ourselves. Stay in this rotten cell? Goodness, no. There's a canteen across the corridor, and I haven't had a cup of tea in days. We'll meet you there in a jiffy.
Oi, oi!
Check the breast pockets.
Get you for that. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I just can't get this one thought off my head. I just can't stop thinking about what I told you. Or rather, what I didn't tell you. What I chose to obfuscate. My story ends with me as a common data entry clerk, yet you met me as a disgraced taxman. I never connected the dots. Never told you the truth. Lying by omission is a crime, you know, and you have become a friend to me. I am not in the custom of lying to my friends, and I don't intend to start now. I appreciate your tenderness. Allow me to welcome you in, then. As you might guess, my position as a data entry clerk and as a living remnant of London's former glory earned me some luxuries. I had a vehicle. I had a house. I was on my way to earning a respectable title. Maybe even a marble bust somewhere within the offices. Until one day when my boss, a plump fellow by the name of Atkins, decided to humiliate me in front of the entire office. I stood my ground, first with my words, and then with my fist. You can see where this story is going? I was immediately fired. 157 years of faithful service come to an abrupt end. After that, my former boss sued me for grievous bodily harm, claimed I had poisoned him with radiation as well. No solicitor would help me. I later found out the reason. The magistrate assigned to my case was my boss's brother. The papers declared it the fastest decision in British judicial history. The magistrate awarded his brother damages in the millions, and since I couldn't come up with the funds, all my assets were promptly seized. None would hire me for fear of both my race and reputation. I had to choose between collecting taxes or homelessness. I made the choice. And now the truth can finally breathe. I only hope our friendship can survive it. I told you, you are my friend, and I am not in the custom of lying to friends. It doesn't matter. What matters is that I made my choice, and I've been suffering the consequences ever since. Thank you for saying that. Truly. It means the world and more to me. I can only hope we can continue to journey together. Huzzah! Let us soldier on.
Ah, you're back.
Careful now.
Are we ready to pop out?
Want to make a mess.
Jolly good. Tea break's over, chaps. To freedom.
Guns is what we need, boss. Syndicate always have more than us. Way more. We can't win a war without enough weapons. Guns is what we need, boss. Syndicate always have more than us. Way more. We can't win a war without enough weapons.
You beautiful bastard. You did it. Look at this score. You beautiful bastard. You did it. Look at this
Syndicate's
score.
biggest and vilest prison.
I say,
Got an old warship floating off the south end of Millwall. Its proper name is Lucky Prison, where everyone goes in the dredge. The send the debtors and prisoners off the ground to lock up. The dogs also have a special block for vagabonds to capture. The dredge has a reputation for people only getting out as dog food.
At least long enough to shift some crates out.
Torture, experiments, abuse.
We just need someone to break in and open the loading bay from the inside.
No, this is just stupid. Get your fucking brain in gear. I want to hurt the dogs, not do some petty theft. Anything we nick, they just replace in a week. We'd be better off burning the place down. Destroy whatever's there. Fancy security and all.
Sounds exhilarating.
Their supply
You'll have to spill the
operations
details
for
over a
months.
vodka martini sometime.
Wouldn't even
It
take
must have been
much
such a thrill.
explosives to fry
I
a
can only
winning
imagine.
stump.
Anyway,
You're cool,
thanks a
boss.
million for pulling this off. You have
But
no
there's
idea how
bound to
helpful
be
these
some
supplies will
lovely
be.
gear in there.
I'll be able
Would
to
be a
start up a
crying
makeshift
shame to
hospital
see it
for
all
our
go to
angel.
waste.
Assign someone to be a full-time
If
chef.
we're burning a place
Get people
down,
repairing
then there's
clothing.
no harm in having
This
some
stuff's a
guns
complete
whilst
game
we're at
changer.
it, is there?
If disrupting the supply line was that...
Yeah, but that's just some frosting. The real
There's a lot
aim
to do.
here is to fuck
And the
over
sooner
the
I get to
syndicate.
it, the better off we'll be
You've
to
been
execute
paying
whatever
attention,
cryptic plan you're
Wayfarer.
running. Thanks again, Wayfarer. Here, take...
Bodies getting shite done never hurt anything.
Good. Take these charges. Find a way into this warehouse and set them somewhere that'll cook extra crisp.
And take this old card of mine and go see Frosty Valentina. She runs a bakery these days near Millwall High Street. She should recognise the card from our old days. I'd go see her myself, but the syndicate sniffers would kill me on sight. Tell her what you're about, and she can sort you with something to bypass the security systems.
Waste of time. We don't need this Millwall bint.
Hey, no need to talk about Valentina like that.
Fine. I just want the fucking job done. No distractions.
My mother wanted me to be a farmer, but I get my hands dirty in other ways.
You the one helping out. Good to see ain't everybody out to get us.
I spent some time, so nothing. Fan fucking, they'll need plate. Good luck, mate. But the dredge, maybe it's too hard. But damn, I'd love to see that hellhole sink. Hello? Syndicate's biggest and vilest prison. It's the jet the top. I spent some fan fucking they'll need good luck. back. So, what happened? Get in, that's bloody brilliant. You have to tell me, how big was the explosion? How fast did the dredge sink? Did you see the hull ripped open?
You fucking plonkers. Don't you see what that means? The Syndicate are going to spin this as vagabond terrorism. How many of those other prisoners sank with the ship? Their blood's on us now.
Hear that, boss? The dredge is dead and we're the heroes. That'll raise our reputation through the roof.
Not fucking bad. The Syndicate will be seething about this. You've turned a shit show into something salvageable. I'm impressed.
I'll say. Here, Dredge Slayer, take these. It's good to have a comrade that shares my love of blowing shit up.
Well, onwards and upwards. What's next?
If you hang around, it wouldn't hurt none. We need the numbers.
Hello, sugar. Can I interest you in some lovely-ass buns? Or maybe you'd prefer a frosted finger? You are a saucy one. But I'm sure you came here to do more than just grease my tin. What do you fancy? Hello, sugar. Can I interest you in some lovely ass buns? But I don't know anyone called. Oh, it's Tony? Tony the tall man. Bless my Gideon, I've not heard from him in donkeys. Oh, we've had some history, I'll tell you that. What does that old devil want all of a sudden? Oh, we go way back, dear. We met when I was cracking into his, well, maybe best not to get into that. He had such a reputation, did Tony. Always the best tools for the job. And so good with his hands, too. In one sense of the word, more of a insecurity expert, shall we say. I always liked to tinker. I could never stand being told no, not by man or machine. I would always find a way to turn that no into a yes. But that was a long time ago. The only thing I crack these days is eggs. Those days are far behind me, dearie. But if Tony sent you, I guess I can help. I don't have the right components just lying around, mind. Let's see. I need you to fetch me some copper, a set of circuitry, and a bit of plastic. Then I'll see what I can cobble together. Ever so compliant, aren't you? Well, run along then, pup. Back so soon? How's the search? Of course. Remember, looking is back so soon. How's the search? Of course. Remember, look. Back so soon? How's the search? Oh, lovely. Come down my back passage, love, and I'll see how I can fix you up. Right, now show us your bits. I used to work a lot with Tony on cracking syndicate systems, so I know how to get my fingers cleanly up a dog's back doors, as they say. But I don't have all the crafts I used to, so this will have to do for you. This card will get you through the electronic lock on the outside of the building and should put the security system into maintenance mode for a few minutes. It won't open any internal locks though, and if you trip any other alarms, then the security will reset. So watch where you put your bum about. Good luck with this, sugar. And if you see Tony, do tell him to come visit sometime. I wouldn't mind having my hands on his tools again, if you know what I mean. You've got a slappable face, you know that.
And just when things were feeling fine. Thank God. Who's there?
Come here, you.
I thought I could hear.
You must have been a rat.
Getting shot.
Some people just need a second, don't they, mate?
Let's make this. What are you doing? So bad spotted.
I can see my mum.
Right into the lion's head. Back into the fire.
Yeah! Yeah! Yeah!
Nah.
Oi, oi.
Not to interrupt
Oh.
your scheduled but keep an eye out.
Oh, look who it is. Watch yourself now. I'll get you.
Everyone stop getting shot!
Yeah! Yeah!
How can I be of service to you? If there's one thing I've gained from all my long years, it's a healthy appreciation of silence. My thoughts, whatever they are, will show themselves through my actions. And right now, I'm thinking about writing my memoirs, just so I can remember it all.
My mother wanted me to be a farmer. But I get my hands dirty in other ways.
Someone there?
For a second.
It's on.
Got your back. Move it.
Takes me back to the old times. The good times. Die already! There's a culture of violence.
Think you can win this, huh?
Still kicking. Jesus. You like the sight of your own blood?
A successful violent interaction.
Touch me again, and there'll be consequences.
Well, well, the hero returns. The boys came back a while ago, told me you did a fine job, and they nabbed a good haul too. The old gang's gonna be better equipped now. I owe you a pint for this, mate.
Enough of that. I want a proper debrief. Tell it from the start.
Oh, how's she holding up? Oh, she is a cheeky one. Well, well, if things settle down a bit, it would be nice to pay her a visit.
This is making me fucking sick. And you can forget about things settling down. That's the opposite of what's going to happen. But never mind that. You got into the warehouse then?
Very nice. You done well. These supplies are going to make a big difference, believe me. I'm well chuffed.
Listen to you two mugs. clapping yourselves on the back over nothing. The Syndicate still stands. A couple of crates of guns won't bother them. We've risked a lot for pittance here. Pathetic. What, 2 groups of enforcers on top of you and you just waltz back in all alone to blow things up?
Gordon fucking Bennett. That's some moxie you got there, mate.
I'll say. Bloody amazing. Well, I'm glad you're on our side. I wouldn't want to go up against someone as fucking mad as that.
Something like this deserves a special reward. Here, have this, pal. It's that laser rifle I showed you earlier. I've been tinkering away at it, and she's a right daisy now. I hope it serves you well.
Right. Well, that's a happy ending and a half. Now, what's next? Let's take a breather, lads. Wayfarer, come back in a few days. I need some time
Body's
to
getting
think.
shot done, never hurt anything.
If you hang around, wouldn't hurt none. Be careful where you tread, or you'll give me a reason to have fun.
If I'm watching you, at least 2 others are doing the same. Don't try nothing.
My mother wanted me to be a farmer. Look where
Hey
you're
there,
going.
young'un. Not from these ends, are you? My name's Sid. The boys here call me Sabretooth. I'm looking for a little help with something. I can make it worth your while. Listen here. I'm only telling you this as you're an outsider. But I'm no good with my letters, see? My ma always wanted me to learn them. But my dad said it would make me weak in the head. Well, I'm getting old now. And I've had my share of adventures, but my one big regret is never learning how to read proper. Maybe now I can finally play catch up. But I don't want the boys here knowing about this. That's why I'm looking for help from someone like you. I've got a little something special for you. If you can get me the goods I need. You in? That's kind of you, kid. It ain't easy keeping this secret, but maybe there's hope to learn, even at my age. I know some basics, but if I can get the right materials, I'm sure I could get better. Thing is, there's bugger all to read round here. Some old menus and magazines, but no proper books. And I need me some books if I want to learn proper reading. You ever hear of a library? Used to be loads of them before the war, all full of books. They're mostly ruined now, but there's a few still about. There's one not far from here, in fact. Too many ghouls about. I can hold me own in a one-on-one fight, but I can't take on a whole group. A strapping kid like you, though? No probs. Get me 3 or 4 books and decent nick, and I'll give you something special in return.
Nothing too hard. Kid stuff even.
Teach you better.
I need to start out simple. If you can find it, there's a little story called Dove's Dilemma I remember from when I was young. It'd be nice to see again. Thanks.
If you hang around, it wouldn't hurt none. We need the numbers.
Touch me again and there'll be consequences.
I wouldn't tarry if I were you.
What's your poison?
We won't fall to the likes of the dogs or anyone else.
More bodies getting shot done never hurt anything. My mother wanted me to be a farmer, but I get my hands dirty in other ways.
Watch your back, because I can see exactly where my knife would fit.
You alright?
Anything catch your eye?
Hello, young'un. You get to nab some books for me? Mind your P's and Q's, or you'll mind me bullets.
A new face? You sticking around? We used to be something, but now...
If I had it my way, you wouldn't dare show your face here.
As a member of the corpse minority, blast it be whoever's doing this to us. Bother. Let me get my piece. Now this place is due for a proper dusting. pop on that torch of yours if I were you. You? Things are bound to go bump around here. Nothing suspicious to see here. Nothing suspicious at all. Look at this. The epitome of quality. What wonders to behold. Stay away from any big red buttons. We don't want to cause another nuclear apocalypse. Now this place is due for a proper dusting. Maybe we should take this as a chance to escape. You happen to have a brush? My suit is covered in dust. Don't wave those dirty needles near me. This place is a living monument to depravity. Call me a critic, but I do not enjoy it.
quick. Keep moving so I don't have to.
You're the one helping out. Good to see ain't everybody out to get us. You're right.
If you hang around, wouldn't hurt none. We need the numbers.
Hello, young'un. You get to nab some books for me? Lovely. Can't believe you did this. Thank you. Ah, yes. That it does. My ma used to read this book to me every night. Practically know it off by heart. I love this book. It's about this bird, see, that keeps trying to help out all its mates, but nothing ever goes the way it wants. My ma loved books, even if my da couldn't stand them. She used to tell me how her great-grandma worked in this giant library up Islington way, where they kept a copy of every book ever made in the world. Can you imagine? My dad taught me how to survive in this world. It made me tough, made me strong, made me smart. But my ma, well, it was my ma what gave me my soul. Thank you for this. It's gonna help me a lot, having a book I know. It brings back a lot of memories. Maybe if I get good enough, I can even write some down. Never you mind that, young'un. Now, I said I had something special as a reward, and I ain't gonna disappoint. Old Sabretooth here is a pool champion round these ends, and it's all thanks to my secret weapon. This is my legendary Lucky Black Ball, see? I keep this down my pants, and it lets me do some hectic trick shots. But my hands are getting less sturdy these days, and it's about time I packed in the game. So I want you to take this, and I hope it brings you all the luck it's brought me. Take care, kid. My mother wanted... Look where you're going. A new face. You sticking around? We used to be something, but now... it's a good day to get things done. More bodies getting shite done never hurt anything. We won't fall to the likes of the dogs or anyone else.
A new face? You sticking around? My mother
You're the
wanted
one
me to be a
helping out.
farmer.
Good to
but
see
I
ain't
get me
everyone
hands
out to get
dirty
us.
in other
We
ways.
used to be something, but now... It's a good day to get things done. You alright? Can your mum teach you better? We won't fall to the likes of the dogs, or...
More bodies getting shite done never hurt anything.
Touch me again, and there'll be
We
consequences.
used to be something, but now...
And just when things were feeling fine, old bones can't handle too much of this. Literally, I can feel them rattling.
Yeah!
Another abandoned location. This city could use a proper real estate agent.
I wish I could meet the Queen.
State your business in Camden. Only to a few. As long as you're not here to make trouble, the Pistols welcome ya. I didn't think you were. A group of hooligans recently made it through the border. Hence the added security. You don't strike me as a hooligan, though. Well, we're having a conversation to start. You're kind to offer. I'd speak to Alice before you do anything drastic, though. Me? Well, I grew up in Eastminster, not too far from here. I joined the Pistols about a month ago. So exciting. If I'm being totally honest. It was the aesthetic that first drew me to them. But then I got here, and I realised, shit, these people are onto something. Not to go all mush, but I never dreamed a life like this was possible. Sorry, I'm rambling. I'm a member, so I may be biased. But to me, there's no other group in London worth joining. Equality, radical individualism, self-sustainability, cooperation. Those are the values of the Pistols, and they're not just talk. Oh, we go way back. The Pistols have been around in some form or another for centuries, though we didn't always go by that name. Finally kicked the fash out for good during the Battle of the Bang Bang, and I've been in control of Camden ever since. And just look at this place. Yeah, Camden has its share of problems, sure, but it's also got food and water. And unlike Eastminster, we don't rely on the gentry or the fifth column for it either. It's a damn bubble of sanity in this godforsaken world. Apache Alice is Speaker of the Camden Council. She may be young, but she's experienced. Served 2 terms as borough planner before being elected leader. She's lovely. Well, the first step would be to talk to Apache Alice at Cyberfox. Anything you need can be purchased at the market. Though, it may be pricey. Pistols get first rights and a discount, of course. But we sell goods to non-members too. I'd avoid the area directly to Westerveer. That's where the hooligans are set up. No worries. Welcome to Camden. Yeah, I was skeptical at first, but the polycule might be the way to go. We seem to get on better the less we see each other.
Anarchy, where are you? Come on now, it's Nancy! What the bloody hell do you want? Sorry I yelled. I'm just mad because my bloody dog Anarchy wandered off somewhere. You haven't seen him, have you? Well, I wanted to name him something else, something pre-war, but my brother said no. So I named him after my favourite thing in the world, Anarchy. Most people just call him Annie, but his real name is Anarchy, don't you forget that. We had a fight. You see, Anarchy's the worst dog around. He barks, he bites, he shits everywhere. But he's my Anarchy, and I want him back. I don't got a lot of tickets, if that's what you're after. I can give you one of my bracelets, maybe a choker. You know what? If you're gonna be a greedy twat, go do that somewhere else. You're back. Have you seen Anarchy? You're really going to do that? Thank you so much. Last I seen him, he wandered off into Camden. Once you find him, say Nancy's looking for him. That's me. He's the ugly dog with the shitty fur. Can't miss the bugger. And thanks, again. Just come out, Anarchy. Please. I'm sorry, okay?
I told you once, I won't tell you again. The light booth is up on the second level, understand? Have you? Because I'm afraid you're still standing here, instead of doing your damn job. God, they don't make stagehands like the old days. You have? Forgive me, but why? Hold on a moment. If you're not a stagehand, you might be of some use to me. How would you like to make some money? You see, I am Scott Nightingale, the director of Camden Theatre, and you have found me in the middle of preparations for my newest play, William Shakespeare's Macbeth. However, this production has been problematic. Some amongst the crew believe this play to be cursed. It's all nonsense, of course, but it's a commonly held superstition. Even the fanatics at the Globe Theatre don't dare perform Macbeth. There's an ancient theatrical superstition which claims that speaking the name Macbeth inside a theatre leads to disaster. Now, because that's also the name of the damn protagonist, most actors refer to it as the Scottish play, outside of rehearsals and performances. This is, of course, incredibly stupid. But a recent string of bad luck has led my cast and crew to believe the curse is in full effect. I need you to help me with a small problem. I'm missing part of the play. A minor part, not much to worry about, just the final act. When the troupe at Shakespeare's Globe isn't murdering the bard's work on stage. They scour the waste for the surviving copies of his plays. They have Macbeth, including the fifth act. They're too afraid to perform it, too afraid to give it away. They don't need it. I'm sure security is lax. Perhaps you could walk in and relieve them of their copy. There are worse problems to have than missing a few pages. What if my lead actor was missing or dead? Have some perspective, for Christ's sake. I suggest you read the playbill, as the first 2 pages have my complete biography. But I suppose I can give you the short version. My mother and father were firm supporters of the gentry. In return, they were rewarded with the theatre. And then my mother, well, passed. At first, father wanted to sell it, but seeing as I was the only Nightingale not interested in politics, he thought it best to pass the theatre on to me. I want you to steal for art, culture, and the betterment of mankind. If that is not a worthy cause, I do not know what is. Besides, I've already asked numerous times. Lucky for you, I do not mind repetition. In fact, I savor it. Bring me a copy of Macbeth's fifth and final act. Be quick about it. Time is money.
This place is so pristine, you could eat a meal off the floor. Will it be?
I can taste the first pint on my lips already.
Anything catch your eye?
Cyberfox. I could use some help, and you sure seem like the kind of go-getter who can tackle the job. You in? I've got a gig coming up. Lots of Camden higher-ups are coming down. I want to perform a certain song. I heard it on the Met. Don't tell anyone around here I listen to that. But the problem is, as much as I like the song, I can't play it by ear because I've only heard it a few times. If you got me the sheet music, we could learn it in time for the gig. Apparently the Ghoul musicians, Pat and Colin, have a copy. The song's I Don't Want to Set the World on Fire. I can throw some tickets your way if you're willing to get it from them. Great! Pat and Colin live in an old record shop, something called Abyss Song Records or something. It's been ages since I've heard anything about them, though.
It's too early and I'm too hungover to talk about feelings with you.
Speak up, won't you?
What's your poison?
Welcome to Camden, love. Can I help you with something? I'm pretty busy, so make it quick if you can. Well, I'm not sure how much time you've spent in Westminster, but the gentry are a bunch of wankers. That's putting it lightly, of course. We pay our tithe. We have it better than most boroughs. We don't depend on them, and they stay out of our affairs. Usually. Well, there was the whole Malcolm Road scandal, but I won't get into that now. Listen, the Pistols try not to get involved in broader city politics. But let's just say we have friends in Camelot, and that we see the Fifth for who they are. I'm not gonna put my name to any old sod's cause. If you were a member of the Pistols, it would be a different story. Well, I can't blame you for that. Stick around. I'll have my people keep an eye on you. You just got here. Talk to people. Ask questions. Let's make sure you really want to join the Pistols first. Before you go, maybe you can help with something. The Pistols are anything but weak. Our security forces may not be as large as others, but they're well trained and well equipped. Unfortunately, most of them are currently dealing with an influx of commuters in Camden Town Station. Meanwhile, a group of hooligans made it past our defences and have taken up residence in the Camden School courtyard. The council was hoping to renovate the place, get some classes going for our young citizens. There's a fat chance of that happening now with them in the way. If you could find a way to take care of the hooligan situation, I might be willing to chat Pistols membership. I actually tried to speak with them myself, but they didn't seem like a very chatty bunch.
I would suggest using weapons.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Had an absolute skinful last night. That Gloucester gin is tastier than you imagine. But that taste is a trap. Our tonsils have second-degree chemical burns. Can't wait for today to be over. Knackered.
Let's make this quick. On guard.
hearing shit.
Hey.
It's off.
What was that? Some slut got lost out.
Ain't personal. Just
I hope I'm wrong, but I believe we're being fish out of water. She's down. A successful fight to reach. We've got to keep going. I suppose people do this for fun. So I knew we're being attacked. Bother. Let's get my pistol.
You're still alive? Christ.
Every altercation I've had in my life, that was the most terrifying.
How much you got left in you?
There were quite a few of them. You're modest. I like that. So, Pistols membership. Are you interested? What would you like to know? You're a history buff then. The Pistols have been around long before you or I were born. During the Great War, you know, the big one, with all the bombs, there was also a Great War in Camden. All the different factions, groups, and gangs finally had it out. We call it the Battle of the Bang Bang. It's when we finally kicked the fash out for good. Since then, we've just been focused on rebuilding and surviving. Every member of the Pistols has a vote, a say, and a job. There are 10 elected members of the Camden Council. Each council member's term lasts 3 years, including the speaker's. This is my 2nd year as speaker. Non-members make up about 15% of Camden's population. We turn very few people away. As long as you're not hurting anyone, you're welcome in Camden. Pistols have first rights to food, water, and resources, of course. I won't lie, it can be difficult and expensive to be a non-member in Camden. But we do what we can to make their lives easier, and everyone benefits from the protection of the Pistols Guard. We got lucky. So much was destroyed in the Great War, but somehow, a water pump in Camden survived. We quickly realized how important that would be, and a coalition was organized. Over the years, that one pump was expanded into a proper waterworks. Food comes from our hydroponics facility. Palmyra Romero can tell you more about that. The gentry rolled in with their Tommy thugs a few years before I was born. Our security forces are strong. We believe we have the right to defend ourselves. However, we were no match for them. It was an unwinnable battle, but make no mistake, we didn't just roll over. We gained our fair share of concessions. As long as we pay our tithe, the gentry have no say in our internal operations. Unfortunately, sometimes they forget this, but I won't go into that now. So, are you interested in becoming a member of the Pistols? Splendid. Each potential member is required to obtain sponsorship from 3 members of the council. To start, I'd like you to speak to Palmyra Romero and Captain Reasonable. They've both been having issues. Maybe you can help them? Palmyra works in hydroponics. The captain should be around Camden Town Station. It's best to let them explain. It's as much for you as it is for us. Think of this as a trial run. You don't need to agree with all of us, ideologically, on everything. Blimey, that would be impossible. However, there are some fundamentals we do need to agree on. We need to see that you're committed to our broader goal, forging a new, just, and equal society for all. We need to be sure you're not just here to check something off a list, or for a discount on goods. Then I'm sure we'll speak again soon.
I can taste the first pint on my lips already.
Is this merely a pit stop, or are we settling down for once?
Sidekick! You wish to join in my adventures again?
Get in step then. The world awaits.
Not now. It's too early and I'm too hungover to
Raring
talk
for
about
another
theory
go,
with you.
hmm? Your companionship has indubitably been a worthwhile pursuit. And that's all I have to say about that. Shall we get a move on? Well then, I shall resume my waiting.
As you were, sidekick. Good. I like silence, but it always makes me uneasy.
Had an absolute skinful last night. That bog cistern gin. It's tastier than you imagine, but that taste is a trap. My tonsils have second-degree chemical burns.
I'm very busy. Make it quick. What are you doing? Listen, I'm sure you're perfectly nice, and I'm sure you'd make a great addition to the Pistols. But I'm kind of in the middle of a crisis at the moment. I don't have time for this. What? Well, what's your stance on murder? I was joking. I don't actually want you to murder anyone. Alright, fine. You say you want to help. It would be a miracle, but if you can convince polyester to stop fucking throttling hydroponics water supply, I'll happily endorse you. Hell if I know. She's locked the doors to the plant. She keeps saying over the intercom that everything is under control. I don't want to alarm Alice, but if we don't get more water here soon, things in Camden won't be pretty. I'd love to tell you all about myself, but now's not the best time, mate. Maybe later? Right.
Can't believe we got another meeting tonight. It's interminable with this shit.
Deep in the dark, I like to dance, la-di-da-di-da.
What can I help you find?
Everything's under control, not to worry. We're sick. We're quarantining. Fine. You got me. You can come in, but no one else.
Ah, it's you. The one from outside. I take it you've spoken to Palmyra. The plant is just fine. It's the water that's the problem. These radiation levels are off the charts. Our filters can't handle it. We don't know where it's coming from. We're trying to find a way to reconfigure things, but we need a wee bit more time. And this on top of Mr. Grey passing away. Oh, it was tragic. Bit by a fox, and then bit by a dog that was chasing the fox. And then on the way to the doctor, poor old Mr. Grey fell into the Camden Lock and drowned. Before his passing, Mr. Grey owned a small pump of his own. He sold water at the market, mostly to non-members. They depended on him. Alice doesn't know this, but we're now providing water to everyone in Camden. Pistols and non-members. Most of it's coming from our reserve, which is almost depleted. This isn't sustainable at all, even with reconfigured filters. But one thing at a time. Filters first, then we'll figure out everything else. You didn't strike me as an engineer, but all right, have a look. My God, you actually did it. I can't tell you how thankful I am. Here, take this. It still doesn't solve the problem of the non-members, though. Mr. Grey used to provide drinking water to the non-members in Camden, but he's dead now. It doesn't matter how many times we reconfigure our filters. The fact is, we don't have the equipment needed to provide water for everyone in Camden and to hydroponics. I'm not sure. Mr. Grey had a son, Jesse. He's locked himself away in their home and won't come out or speak to anyone. I've been meaning to go back again and check on the boy, but then everything went tits up around here. I haven't had a chance. Would you mind stopping by Mr. Grey's house and speaking to his son, Jesse? If he'll speak to you, maybe you could ask if he'd be willing to donate his father's purifier to the Pistols. What? Because they're people. True, but they're still humans. They're our neighbors. You have a point. It's hard to say where to draw the line. An extra purifier would only go so far. If people found out and rushed to Camden, we'd be in the same position we're in now. Possibly even a worse position. What do you think I should do? Thank you.
I can taste the first pint on my lips already.
Thanks. He was great. And now it's my fault he's gone. I thought it'd be cool to have a pet fox. I'm such a moron. You don't know anything. You weren't there. You don't know me, and you didn't know my dad. He liked them enough. Not enough to join up with them. He said they were too focused on themselves. That they couldn't see the bigger picture. He said we were better off on our own. What? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I go to school. My friends' parents are pistols. They're not bad people. My friends are all planning to try for sponsorship when they turn 18. No, they don't want any nepotism, whatever that means. The children of pistols benefit from the perks of their parents' membership until they turn 18. After that, they've got to find sponsors, just like everyone else. No, I wouldn't. Sure, I've thought about it. It's not that I don't like the pistols. I think I actually agree with a lot of what they say. My dad wouldn't have wanted me to join, though. I wish I could talk to him about it. You're right. I guess I could keep an open mind and see what happens. So that's why you're here. What do the pistols want with it? They do. My dad always said they only cared about their own. Maybe he was wrong about some things. All right. Yeah. Let the pistols know the purifier is theirs.